Hey guys, welcome back to DuelSpace. So just wanted to know, Mitch and Ryan, how's your guys' week been? Just kidding, I literally don't care.
Bruh.
Okay.
Cheers.
Anyway,
Thank you, mate. Thank you for that. Your first intro,
Sorry,
that's how
guys.
we title.
That's the way you'll do your first intro, yeah, Kieran.
hey, listen, the intro's the intro. Like, I'm not gonna do it as cringe as Ryan did it in the first one.
Hey. You know what? I don't care.
Hey guys,
How
welcome
are
to
you
Duel-
feeling today, Kieran? 3 hours sleep. How are you holding up?
3 hours sleep, but like 3 JDs in, so I'm absolutely golden.
Happy
All right.
days.
He's a changed man. He's a changed man. The blues in
Speaking
there.
of JD, let's transition over now. This intro's taking a bit too long. All of us, man, went to a Yu-Gi-Oh! Locals at a pub on Monday.
Yep.
It was a very small locals. Let's make this very clear. This was a very small locals, a handful of people, not a proper locals. Only 3 rounds.
Well,
We all come podium, to be fair.
yeah.
Yes, we did.
First,
Yes.
second,
did.
third. First, second,
We
third.
did first, second, third. Who was first?
You know, it's the best duelist in the group.
Best duelist. Who's the best duelist? Is it me? No, it's not.
Is it you,
it's
Ryan?
probably Mitch. It's Mitch.
Was
It
you first,
wasn't.
Ryan?
I got 3rd place. I'll take that.
The coveted
Oh,
bronze
sad time. Sad time
Look,
for Ryan. Third
considering-
place. Hold that. Hold
Alright.
that.
I was testing with this adventure control deck, which I've improved upon, and it's even spicier. And I got a game off of Snake Eyes. So, like,
You
I
had
went
to
against
use
Snake
yourself.
Eye, and I QO'd them with my just ridiculously stupid control deck. So, and I'm improving it more, and it's getting more and more consistent. So, I'm still confident with this deck. But yeah, I got 3rd place. I went X1, 3-round locals. I'll take that. But no, yeah, Mitch got 1st place.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done.
And who did I smack? And who did I smack?
Both of us.
That's right. Both.
Well,
of you.
hey,
Just to put that out.
Yeah, like me and Mitch were in the last round.
Nah, it was close. It was very fucking close.
Like, listen, Mitch won the dice roll, but somehow I managed to sneak in game 1. Somehow.
Yeah, I got 2-0'd and I won the dice roll.
I'll be real. I opened fucking cracked against
Nah,
Mitch.
I
opened
looked right,
cracked.
bro. When I looked at the opening, I was like, "There's no way this brother opened this. There's no way."
Nah, I'm
Basically,
annoyed.
I was playing super heavy, and I think I opened like Ash Veiler, and then Revolution Synchron, Soul Piercer, and like Bike. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna start going off, and then and Mitch was like, "You opened all of this as well."
Nah, man, it pissed me off, man.
Nah, I'm annoyed.
You know what it was though?
I'm annoyed. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. I need to say this right now. Yeah, because don't ever trust Mitch. Because game 2, he's like, bricked. Man, I bricked. Mitch is playing Vanadium, right? I'm thinking, yes, he's bricked. Open no hand traps. Robert ends on Chaos Angel, Despater, Baron in defense, all of them in defense, Appaloosa for free. And then he's got 3 cards in hand. I'm thinking, one of these might be a hand trap. Set free pass? I'm like, yo, what's going on?
No, so I did brick the start. I literally had the one. I literally had like the worst combo starter, but then I had the draw 2 just put 1 back by revealing Maladia. The draws were insanely good.
Was it Vanadium? Oh, that says a lot. The other people that play at our locals, I've had a guy, I'm not going to say his name, I've had a guy literally look at his hand and went, I opened poorly. Continued to make Chaos Angel with Light and Dark, Baron, Despater, the Scareclaw with the set trap, and he's like, yeah, this is what I can do, I guess. I'm like, what do you mean that's what you can do? The deck is broken. The deck is broken. If you don't hit it with hand traps, it is a broken
You can
deck.
normally play
And you will
through
take
hand
the
traps
break.
as well. That's the
Hand
problem.
traps, bro. Draw pass, and that's all you need to do.
I'm
But
not
you're
that
drunk.
good with it because I've just picked it up, but according to people who I've spoken to, certain lines of play you can play through draw.
Yeah, there are good lines of play. I'm annoyed at your deck though, because you were playing a card that no one else does, and it was a perfect out for my adventure strategy.
What,
Because you were
Fenrir?
playing around the spell and trap that you were playing the in deck imperm.
Yeah,
or the in deck.
impact. So very but it's because it's better. It's a good version going second. People normally main deck the trap, but the spell is good going first and second. So I side deck the trap, main the spell, and it come up because it's the reason why Mr. Floodgate.deck over there Lost.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
not a
but
regular
we-
thing in people's decks. Like, that's not a main deck inclusion, is it? So the fact that you happen to be playing someone else's build who was playing that just
Hey, listen, bro. Don't hate the player, hate the game, bro. Like, you
Yeah,
lost
that's
simple
it.
simples.
So obviously we know that Mitch was playing Vanadium, he won. I was playing Super Heavy Samurai. Like Ryan, tell us more about what build you were teching with, like, because obviously there's a few like cards in your deck which were kind of like they haven't seen play in ages, but I want to know more about that.
Yeah, because I put it in the group chat like a little photo of my M board against the guy who was playing. I'll say Stellion because he's going to be a possible guest on the pod, so I don't mind saying his name because he's.
Whoa!
he's looking-
Spoiler alert, guys! Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert, we may be having
Spoiler.
guests coming soon.
We have a
I
mole.
don't
We have a
wanna
leak.
hear
We have a leak in the
any
pod.
Oh,
I don't want to hear any jealousy between anyone. Anyone can be a guest, but if we don't like you, can go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, so hold that. So yeah, Stellion was playing Snake Eye Fire King, and I was able to beat his deck mainly because Snake Eye Fire King, if you turn off their monster effects just completely, they kind of only summon like puny little weenies. I've taken a photo of that in our group of my board. So I was playing a Mano Awatu control with Adventure, because a Mano Awatu has a really, really interesting line of text, unlike any other spirit monster. All the spirit monsters just have it has a line of conditioning on it that strictly says when it's summoned, it has to be normal summoned. When it's normal summoned, it returns back to the hand in the end phase. And Mano Awatu is the only one that has an activated effect to do that. So when you when you play that with Rite of Aramesia, it turns off its normal summon effect to return it back to the hand, but it stays on the field. The bounce back to hand is only the turn that it summons, and the monster negate all over the whole field, graveyard, hand, that stays. So it's a really consistent lockout deck with a 1900 body. You utilize cards like Small World, utilize cards like Pot of Extract to like dig deep into the deck. And that took a lot of people by surprise, because one other little tech as well is with the Adventure Engine, you play it quite clunky, like very chunky deck. You use the equip spell and you equip it to the Awatu, so you don't send it to the graveyard, you hold on to it, discard something else. You equip it to the Amano Awatu because it just says it has to be a monster you control. And Fateful Adventure says a monster equipped with a equip card won't be destroyed by battle the one time. So even if you can just like special summon a Fenrir, try and crash over it, you won't. So the deck is really techy for me, and it's a deck that I would play. Let's be fair, I've just waffled on for minutes. God, you could have said something.
To
bro.
be
I've
fair,
just waffled on
to
for
be
hours.
fair, the
I
deck
will
was
say
good.
right now, the deck was good, but I'll say right now, even though I was playing Super Heavy Samurai, with chess, I can say that I would have clapped you 2-0.
Yeah, you're chatting. You are chatting. Your full monster deck will not do it.
Did you not play against each other?
We didn't play.
No, we didn't.
We didn't
Oh, I'm the only one
No,
that
we
got
didn't.
both of you.
play. We
Honestly,
didn't play.
alright,
I will
comment down
open
below
Valen Nib.
who you think
I will
would win.
open Valen Nib, and I don't even think he summons more than 3 times, because I'm pretty sure he just goes Token, Griffin, or Illegal Knight, and the Amano Watu. And I think
Yeah,
that's just 3 summons. But I still would have found a way to Valen Nib
To
him.
be fair, he will then try to summon limit you there.
I don't. Can you explain to me how you Nibiru me with a Mano Awatu on the field? Because it doesn't turn off on the field.
Bro,
It turns off the
trust me,
field.
a rogue
Graveyard hand.
player
It says
finds a way. A
neither
rogue
player
player
can
finds a
activate.
way.
When there's a nib,
Neither
there's a
player
way.
can
When there's a
activate-
nib, there's a
neither
way,
player can
bro.
Activate monster effects apart from spirit monsters.
Brother,
So-
I've nibbed Flanderies players before. Like, when there's a will, there's a way.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it
so
couldn't be
good nibbing a Thundereese player. Because, like, everyone's like, yo, can I read Nib? Because I'm pretty sure Nib says special summons. Like, nah, bro. Just says
Summon.
summons. Like, all your normal summons add up.
Mitch, is that revenge for when a Flunderies player Nibiru'd you and token collected you when you were playing Sword Dog?
Yeah, they can hold now, honestly. But
I honestly, like, I get it with a Nibiru. I couldn't believe when you told me at that Nationals that the guy had Nibiru and Token Collector. Like, Sword Sword was about, but it was like, I think, his adventure was really about at the time. Like, it was just the debuts, 2022. So everyone was on, like, you know, like Rob was on PK Brave. But yeah, Token Collector, Special Summon, and Flunderies, like, you're trash, bro. Like, I can understand it, but you never played the token collector. But yeah, I felt for that. I felt so bad for you when that happened. But honestly, this Amano Owatu control deck, I won't lie, I've made it more consistent. I don't know how. So I'm playing Parallel Exceed, because if you open Rights plus Parallel Exceed, that can still get you to Amano Owatu, because you can special summon both of them by linking away the token for Link Spider. Summon both of them, go to Gallant Granite to search Amano Owatu because it's a rock, and then normal summon it and still have the lock. Or if you already have Amano Owatu and you have like the perfect board, you can end on a really funny board that I have to double check works how I think it is, with a Baguska on the field and an Amano Owatu. Owatu will be sent to defense. You equip it with the equip spell so it can't be struck by battle once. Baguska, I think, activates on the standby phase to detach material or destroy itself. So if I am correct, I haven't tested this on a simulator yet. If I'm correct, Baguska doesn't detach materials. Owatu's lingering effect still activates either way, and I just have everything set into defense and a Baguska that's permanent. If this works how I think it is, this is nuts.
Then what's your win con?
Right,
what's your win con?
For Bunny's win con, okay? Bunny's win con. Hearing Ryan cook is one of the most boring things in Yu-Gi-Oh history. So I'm gonna make a small world bridge, and we're gonna bridge over to our first topic. Okay.
I'm telling you in the last podcast,
small world bridge. Let's small world bridge.
Right. He's activated small road. You don't have an Ash for response.
What our first decks we ever played was. Stop talking about this random deck you're cooking with. I'm sure people will see it eventually. Like, I want to hear from Mitch, especially because I'm pretty sure that Mitch plays Yu-Gi-Oh for the longest amount of time between us three, because I'm pretty sure that me and Ryan joined in 2016 to 2018. But I want to hear Mitch's first deck.
My first ever Yu-Gi-Oh deck I owned?
The first ever deck you owned or played?
Okay, so
it's up to you where you want to go with
the first ever deck I owned was fake. Because I was into Yu-Gi-Oh! I was into Yu-Gi-Oh! I got some cards from a market. Well, no, red flag, but you know, 11-year-old me didn't know otherwise. I pulled Stardust, Black Crows, all of this. I was livid, bro. I used to make sure my Stardust was where it was before I go to bed. Like, I praised that card, yeah. And I tell you, bro, I went to a library one day, yeah, library near where I live, and I didn't know they hosted a little Yu-Gi-Oh like club every Saturday. I went there randomly out the blue just to go to the library. I see all these people that certainly I'll become friends with, but I'll tell you later. I see all these people. They're all playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm like, sick. I don't even go introduce myself. Nah. There's special needs in me. You know what I do? I run straight home, get my Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, come back. I was like, do you want to have a game? They don't even know me. These people don't even know me. And I just come out of the blue and say, if you want to have a game? There's like, what, you got Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards? I was like, yeah, I got Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. I pull out my deck. I start shuffling. I play one card. They look at me and go, that's fake. I go, what? What do you mean that's fake? They go, that's fake. I was like, no, you're having me on. I was like, no, it's fake. And they look through my deck, all my cards are fake. So I'm
up at Camden Market.
No, bro, honestly. So I'm that embarrassed. I go to Argos, which is like a 2-minute walk. Yeah, I pack up my stuff. But I didn't even have a deck box. I had a tin. Packed up my tin, went to Argos. I was like, I looked through the catalogue, and all they had was the Machina structure deck. So I bought it. Bought it straight away, come back. I was like, cool, I have a real deck, let's play. So my real deck, my first ever deck was Machinas. And I really enjoyed playing Machinas. Machinas were fun.
A machine man at heart, I love to hear it.
But you know, but
that's why when he played Super Heavy Samurai, it was full circle.
my first ever proper Yu-Gi-Oh deck, like a proper built one, was 6 Samurais.
Because you said you had a hiatus, and then you came back and played
yeah, so when Quill-Offs come out, this was just before like Monkey Board, stuff like that. Just before that arc of Pendulums.
Sorry, let's pronounce Cleforts correctly. You did.
Yeah.
No, I pronounce everything I want, bro. That fucking shit was annoying. You didn't have to deal with it like I did, yeah.
Let's us put respect on Chris's name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cleforts. Okay, so yeah, just after Cleforts come out, I was like, I've had enough of this, bro. Like, I was playing a good deck for it as well. I could play Nat Beast in the deck. Like, I will make Nat Beast. I was playing a good deck for it. I just didn't enjoy it anymore, man. Like, I'm sitting in here summoning Sheer Nat Beats Pass, and they're going, put in the pendulum scale, put in the pendulum scale, summon 5 monsters, bring them back, do this, do that. I'm like, oh, bro, I can't be bothered. Can't. So I left. And then
If you was a good player, you'd realise that you could Nat Beast the pen scale, but
well,
it is what it is.
well, back in the day, I wasn't a good player, bro. I'll rock up with 6 samurais no matter what. But the one time someone actually said, you know what, you're not good at Yu-Gi-Oh, why'd you come? I built Shadows when they were meta, and I won the tournament straight away. And that was the first ever time I won the tournament.
I do
Damn,
want to
that
ask,
was,
you're talking about, I heard you say she and Nat Beast, and it reminded me of one thing.
Shadows.
It was a Necros Shadow format sort of things. Someone said,
Well, you realise that was spiral format, right?
no, it wasn't. This
No,
was
no,
going
Necros
for
had
shows
that
first
Yeah,
come out.
the Spirals was about though.
No,
this is
no,
what,
no, no. No
like,
links
after
were about. Bro.
DUA as Necros was coming out.
This is DUA, bro.
Yeah, but this is like
DUA.
towards the end of DUA. Because Necros then came out and it kind of then dominated.
Yeah, it was Yang Zing, Necros, Shadow, Stellars. This was then, bro. Like, I got pissed off because there used to be these guys that rocked up here. They always had all the money cards and everything here, and they just disrespect people. And I was playing 6 Samurais, yeah. This guy's playing Stellars, like one-time combo back in the day with his helmet on his head, bro. And he's like, he was just playing, and there's one combo I could do in my 6 Sam deck if I drawed the right cards. And I could make Blade Armor Ninja Excalibur and actually kill someone in one turn. I done it to this guy, and the salt on his face that he lost to the kid like me, like that was amazing.
You know what? A fun fact, actually, that I'm just gonna throw in there randomly. Blade Armor Ninja was one of the first cards that I actually got when I come back into the game.
Really?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but
It's Warrior exclusive though, isn't it?
that was more of a segue to stop Mitch from speaking because he's been talking for a long time. I want to hear Ryan's first deck.
No, hold up. I want to quickly, while Mitch is on the topic of playing Super Heavy Samurai,
Here we go.
I want to ask him, because he was saying he made misplays. Mitch, do you want to tell everyone on the pod about how you negated a Solemn Warning?
Oh, bro, listen, it was a known meme back in the day, yeah.
What?
But like, as kids, when you're playground dueling, like when you're in the hold concrete of M&M games, you guys won't know, but like you would have to be in top cut to earn a table to play on. We was playing on the floor, but when we're playing on the floor, and I'm synchro summoning into Shien, and someone's trying to solemn judgment it, I go to them, are you stupid? And negate your solemn judgment with Shien. And they're like, oh wait, does it negate a spell a trap? I'm like, yeah, the card negates a spell a trap. I negate it. And he's like, yeah.
You can negate counter traps, guys. What?
Yeah, bro. Listen, Shien's that guy. Shien's that guy, bro. Summon Shien? No, Shien negate. Nah, not having it.
Shien's one of the god cards, bro. This summon cannot be negated, apparently.
This is back in the day, bro. Someone tell me a spell speed. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm not playing on a dual run. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. What the fuck is a spell speed?
Over 9,000 right here, guys.
But yeah.
Did you make him pay half his life points though, because it was a cost?
Oh, it's cost, bro. Pay cost. Gotta pay cost.
Damn.
Bro, I used to activate Shien effect. People used to, I'd say like, solemn, like, I didn't know the rules back then, bro. Like, people solemn strike my Shien's effect, and I go, oh yeah, that's fine. It would be destroyed, so I'll destroy a different 6 samurai instead. Effect still resolves.
Damn, that's proper.
I didn't know, bro. I didn't know, bro. If my card says negate spell a trap, you activate spell a trap, I'm assuming I can negate it.
Yeah, but I saw you do this last week.
Don't worry about that. For reference, that was a lie.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago.
No.
But yeah, so Kieran, you want to know about my first deck?
I want to know about your first deck.
So is it the first proper deck I've ever played, or do you want to know about the first deck I ever took to locals?
I want to know about the first ever deck you've played, and then you can say the first proper one. I mean, mine's basically the exact same, but I want to hear your first ever, and then you can say your first proper one if you want to. If you want to try and justify your first pick.
All right. My first deck I ever took. You know, while everyone's listening to this, I want you to all go on Neuron. I want you to go onto the card search. I want you to all look up Legendary Fisherman 3 and tell me that's not an obscenely broken card, because I thought so, and I took pure Legendary Fisherman to locals.
I'm purposely not going to go on Neuron, but I'm going to try and use my Yu-Gi-Oh knowledge. I'm pretty sure that you have to already control a Legendary Fisherman 2 to be able to summon the third one.
You have to control a Legendary Fisherman, which number 2 counts as. So you have 6 copies. You have 6 copies. You play Legendary Ocean because it reduces the level of all your monsters in your hand that are water by 1. So you would be able to just normal summon Legendary Fisherman. You would tribute it for Legendary Fisherman 3, which was a 2500. Cannot be destroyed by battle. It can't be destroyed by card effects, and is unaffected by spells and traps. So the only way you could deal with it is
a Towers monster.
Yeah, it was a huge. I looked at it, I thought this was an obscenely broken card.
Absolutely insane Towers monsters go over.
Yeah, it was 2500, but you could do damage. But and it also when it summoned, I think it banished all monsters on the field. It nuked the board when it summoned as well. It was a broken card. The only way to out it was a monster effect that negated it. So you have to have a monster effect that negated it, or just a monster effect. It could be if you could remove it from the field using non-destructive means, which we're talking like back in the day, like pre-Dingirsu.
Yes, it's really not like Dingirsu was a main one. I remember that for a fact. But
because we're talking
you just summon that and win, right?
Early days, like you have to have something that like I think Nightmare Unicorn would have been a way to do it as well because it spun it back or it bounced it back. But like that, we're talking like early
Link format.
MR4, like there weren't them cards about really, you know.
I don't know what MR4 is.
And no one was playing like the rank 4 toolbox anymore, so it wasn't like
a quick summary for everyone. Where the Master Rules, Master Rule 4 was when links got introduced, but when Master Rule 4 was introduced, you could only summon your Synchros, Exeses, and Fusions in the EMZ, the Extra Monster Zone. But then they changed it in MR5 so you could summon it under link zones or anywhere on the field. You could summon it anywhere on the field. So in MR4, you could summon them under link zones.
Master Rule 4 got put in. You had to play link monsters. So it meant a lot of the decks prior to Master Rule 4 were playing a lot of rank 4 toolboxes, which would have been able to out it because Castel, they would have had Silent Honor Arc, there'd have been these cards. They weren't here. It was a 25. It was a main deck monster, so that kind of defeated the whole. Because I was very new to the game, I didn't have to worry about all this extra deck summoning. I could just bring out this big monster. It was quite a broken card if you could summon it. Like I was playing Legendary Ocean. I was playing the Warrior of Atlantis to search Legendary Ocean. Sea Stealth Attack to kind of like protect my stuff and protect my field spell. Feast the Wild level 5s to special summon these level 5 warriors from my hand or graveyard. I can't remember what it was, but it was like I had very much. It was all focused to doing that. Hardly ever did I ever summon it. I did summon it once at my first locals. I think it was like the second game I ever played at a local. So it was like game 2, round 1. I was playing a Cyber Dragon player, and I finally got it summoned. And I summoned it to the field. I was going first, so I didn't nuke the board. But he then picked it up, and I saw his eyes like go, "Oh damn, that's actually got like a really good effect. Like it's protected by a lot of stuff." He looked at it like, oh shit, like this is a card. Like you've actually summoned like your boss monster. This is a card. And then he looked at it, and then his eyes changed. He's like, oh. Proceeded to do normal plays, goes into infinity, and then just yoinks it as a material. I'm like, my whole strategy has been built around bringing out this mad boss monster, which has got like all the protection I think it could ever have. And he just goes, summon infinity, effect, take it as material. Cool.
Machines are the best. What can we say?
Just goes like power bond, cool. Let me just OTK you from here, and I was ruined because I was like, I'm protected from battle, spells and traps. It just takes it as material. So, but yes, Legendary Fisherman was the first deck I ever played, and I got humbled really quickly. I got shown that I was a really trash duelist at locals because I thought I was able to summon this boss monster. No one would be able to deal with it. I'd win the game, and then he just turns around and just takes it for infinity's material. Oh, that was sad, bro. That's so sad.
Yeah.
I miss the deck. I
Right.
still every now and then look at like water decks, like Umi Control. Obviously, I'd never play the Legendary Fisherman's anymore.
There's a
But
fish deck. There's a fish deck that is gonna top soon, but no
that?
one's playing it.
Goatee?
Nah, like there's so much fish support out there right now that it's just gonna happen. Like I don't know who's gonna cook or who's gonna like dive, shall we say, but
Wow.
it's gonna come. Hey, listen, I had to make the pun. Like, it is what it is.
I'm losing respect for you, Kieran. These puns has not been on point, really.
What do you mean? What? Listen, Ryan, playing against you is like performing a Make-A-Wish. All right.
Was that the one that you
That
said
one.
before we started recording that you had one in the chamber? Was that it?
Maybe that was it. Okay. Maybe I have a note section and it says Ryan, make a wish. Yeah. Because it's true. It's true. Every time you play this guy, it's like performing a make-wish. Because if he doesn't have D-Shifter in the deck, he's playing something dumb, like Adventurer Manawato Control.
I found a way to get Shifter in that deck as well.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Of course he did. 80%, by the way, guys, shifter rate. Okay, well, we'll move on from Ryan's first deck to mine, because we've been on this subject quite a while. A very swift one. I started in 2016. I went to my first ever locals. I don't know if anyone ever knows Crazy Thumbs and Tooting. Unfortunately, it is closing down, guys. But shout out, unfortunately, RIP. Very good locals, very nice players, obviously there. My first deck was Blue Eyes, which is very weird because obviously that's like sort of anime deck everyone like sort of wants to play. Like I feel like loads of people that come into the game want to be more like Kaiba than Yugi. Like I mean I'm that way anyway. Like I prefer a badass dragon that's only at like bro, there's only 4 copies that exist. Bro, guess what? Only 3 copies just ripped up and you can't use it. Like,
yeah, well,
that's
what was it?
crazy.
Everyone just looks at the structure decks and they see Blue Eyes has got 3,000 attack, so I want the stronger
Yeah,
monster.
but the thing is, it's really interesting because it was actually meta in 2016, which is crazy. It's like, it was just like the actual meta deck of that format. And it was like, okay, cool. Like, so I was playing that, and obviously I got clapped every single game, and I you can't understand why when you're a new player. But there was actually the first locals, I will say, because everyone's sort of been over there like matches. Obviously, Mitch mentioned that he was running fake cards, and everyone knew that. You mentioned that you literally summoned your boss monster. You were like, oh, I felt like a god, and then you just got Cyber Dragon Finite stolen. In my game, I played against Frightfurs one week, yeah, and I lost. And I was like, right, okay,
Trash.
I can't believe I've lost to Frightfur. I don't know if anyone knows what Spiritual Swords of Revealing Light does, but I'm going to read the card text to you right now from memory.
Is that
So
the
it's
trap?
it's a continuous trap. When your opponent declares an attack, you can play life points of like 1,000 to negate the attack. So obviously, Frightfur's whole strategy is making a fusion monster. At the time, by the way, like this isn't when they were VFDing you on their turn. I know how Frightfurs go off, yeah, but he was just making a monster that could attack like 4 fucking times, and I was like, I don't want to take all that damage, so I just played my life points of 1,000, and I was like, I ain't taking that. So I ended up winning just because of that card, and I was actually so proud. I was like, yeah, I don't care that I pre-signed for locals. I was so early on, and I was just like, this card won me a game. Let's go.
Siding for locals.
Hey.
Nah, that's cringe. Nah, I can't
You
agree
got
with
to
that. That's
try- you
cringe.
got to
man.
try-
A whole
Frightfurs,
segment
bro.
to talk about
Early
disrespectful
on.
players, and that's one of them. And you've just admitted to being one of them.
Pre-sided.
Hey, guess
Kieran.
what? Guess what? That one Frightfur player that probably isn't listening to this pod, yeah, hold that. Hold that with chest, okay? Because you just got beat by a noob.
That is such a bad card. I remember when I built my first Exodia deck, I saw that card and I tried to put it in and make it work. Took it out. I was like, this is rubbish. terrible card.
We'll move on.
Don't get me wrong, if you
Since
won
you
with
mentioned
it,
Exodia,
bravo.
we'll move on to the do's and don'ts of Yu-Gi-Oh. Then we'll just say this for one: do not make an Exodia deck. Mystic Mine is not a card anymore. Okay.
Allow it, bro.
I agree with
Let
this.
Yeah, that's right. There's only one person I will ever allow to play Mystic Mine, and that is Jeff.
I
Speak up.
want to make this very clear to everyone listening to the pod. I played Mystic Mine. I had such a saucy deck. So good.
There is no
that I
saucy deck
never
that
got to
involves
play it.
Mystic Mine.
Listen. I just want to let everyone know that Make-A-Wish Ryan has just said with chest that he plays Mystic Mine. Like,
I said
if
it
you
last
don't
pod.
need
I
any
admitted
more
it
of an
last pod.
incentive to hate this
I
guy,
am the control player. I am the control player. And I admitted last pod I played Mystic Mine. But I had a deck so
it's not a
saucy that I
control
wanted to
deck.
take
I'm activating one card, though.
Nah, I had a whole strategy around it, bro. I was gonna play. This is when the Ishizu cards had just come out. I was waiting for them to come in the post, but Royal Fail, bro, didn't deliver them in time, so I didn't get to have a final goodbye to one of my favourite decks.
On
I
a
honestly
real
loved it.
Royal Fail
It was
does
the
come in
last-
clutch.
Royal Fail, bro, honestly. I had one more locals left before it was like the locals before the ban list took into place. So I have one more to say my goodbyes. Royal Fail didn't turn up with the Ishizu monsters I need. I weren't playing all the Ishizu monsters. I was going to be playing the ones that return themselves back. Because the idea was, I was playing Herald of Greenlight. So, if you try and use any spell card to remove the Mystic Mine, I can negate it by sending one of the Ishizu cards, because they were fairies. Send that to the graveyard, negate it, and I could just keep recycling stuff like my Solemn Judgments, my Dark Bribes, my Burn cards, anything like that, and keep the loop going. It was going to be such a saucy deck, bro, and I never got to finally use it because Royal Fail. Royal Fail. I'm so annoyed. I never got to. I still have the deck saved on my fucking Neuron. It's right there at the bottom.
That's
It's
just
right.
sad. I'm not gonna lie. It's
I've
just
left the
sad.
deck, bro. One day I wish I could play it for real life, bro. That's the one thing I hate the most. I've never got to play that. Honestly.
You know what Mystic Mind players remind me of? No offense to you, but you know what they remind me of? You know when you go on YGO Pro and you see that no synchro, no ecstasy, no pendulum, no link, no meta? They remind me of those type of people.
Yeah.
The thing is, I remember. So we have our regular locals we go to. At the time, I had moved to where I was living. So I live in one area. I used to live in a different area, and it was one bus from a new locals that opened up. There was a guy who would like we're talking like the third week. I turned up. The guy who'd won the previous 2 weeks was a Mystic Mind player, and I knew who he was because I helped him build the deck.
Let's
I was in
go.
the final of. I was in the final with him, and he immediately just looked over the table. Let alone I've built him amazingly strong, inspired by Jeff Leonard. I was looking at his profiles, looking at his matches, looking at the meta. I really invested in this, and I gave this guy some sauce to help build this deck. And I'm now face to face with him. He looked at me shook because he's like, "I'm playing the deck, but you built it. Like you know what you're doing with this. Like you're just gonna ruin me." I'm thinking I was playing Virtual World, and I clapped him. It was so nice because I consistently found a way to my
You
trap.
beat the guy.
And
It's
I was
almost
like,
like you know his
Okay.
entire deck list.
All right. Let's
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
make this very clear to everyone listening to this podcast. We promise, me and Mitch, as hard as possible, we won't let Ryan talk about Mystic Mind this much ever again.
Yeah, bro.
No,
it's
look,
it's been
he
a
got
3-minute
brought up, he
waffle
got brought
about
up.
how you missed the good old days of Mystic Mind. Are you sure you're not as old as Jeff?
Bro, you know what? You know what? I had a mental thing before we started recording. Is how long will it take before you two make this joke? How long will it take before you two make the pop on me?
I
bro?
literally said that you're a Make-A-Wish duelist, bro. Like,
No,
bro.
No, that's different. That's different. No,
Come on.
we have unfortunately at our locals, and no, just in our friendship group, we have an ongoing gag that I'm the youngest old man, and I've been waiting for one of you two to make that pop, and Mitch finally
And
done
that's
it.
not the gag. The gag is I think you're the penguin from Batman.
Oh my god, yeah, because he waddles.
But-
Yeah, he does. He does. If you
I
ever
had
see
to have
Ryan
back surgery.
walking at a Yu-Gi-Oh event, trust me, this man waddles. Like, there's a reason he plays Flu. It's because he's literally M-Pen.
Where's it gone? I had to have back surgery, so it meant that I was walking funny for a bit because I popped 2 of my discs in my spine from work, so I had to have back surgery. But at the time of this happening is when I was playing Flu Unders, and I picked it up. So then man just want to call me.
I've also had back surgery. The amount of time I had to carry Ryan on my.
Shut the fuck up! Shut.
I was thinking, I've known Mitch for years, and I've never known him to have back surgery, but now it makes sense.
Shut the fuck up. No, I've got the gag. I've got the nickname of the youngest old man because I'm the youngest out of all three of us. I've got grey hair. I've had to have back surgery, and I have a kid. Where that man, none of that. So I've just got the youngest old man title. Okay, look, let me make this clear. I know we agreed before the pod started. Like, I don't mind you guys taking the piss out of me, but let's tone it down. Let's keep on track of the pod here. Let's keep on track with the episode because we all
think we should tone it up.
No, we all saw.
Right, listen, we're getting about half the time of you wandering off about Mystic Mine again. So let's migrate to a different topic, I say.
Reaction of instantly the people in the chat. I didn't say a word. Kieran put the link up. He's the one that said us three done the first episode. Go have a little listen. And immediately I started getting ripped apart by the people in the chat. I had said nothing. Out of nowhere, just shots were being fired at me.
Listen, it's just
they were funny though.
I just think that Ryan's a bit of a victim, to be fair.
Yeah, it do be like that. I mean, you would be acting like a victim if your known decks are D-Shift, Mystic Mine.
Yeah, exactly. D-Shift and Mystic Mine, like, famous cards that people don't like playing against.
Yeah, man.
Yo, what? Stop Ryan abuse. Are we really having to start this now?
Nah, you're not Vic,
All right,
bro.
okay,
Shush.
all right.
Shush.
I think, listen, look, this is a good chance to segue into a different topic because no one wants to hear about Mystic Mine, no one's here about D-Shifter, and Ryan, frankly, no one wants to hear about you, so we'll go back to Mitch. Mitch,
Wow.
best Yu-Gi-Oh moment.
Best Yu-Gi-Oh moment.
Best
Are we doing this?
Yu-Gi-Oh moment. Are we doing best Yu-Gi-Oh moment?
Alright, so back in the day, I tried to build a stun deck. This is with like Fossil Dino, but this is back in the day. Like we didn't have all the.
Why
good
does
shit.
this sound similar to Ryan's story?
Nah, let me cook. Let me cook.
Okay. All right.
Back in the
I'll allow
day,
you to.
Mitchell couldn't fucking build a deck, so I'm running Mirror Forces and all this bullshit. Where everyone like Heavy Storm was Heavy Storm legal? Something was legal that popped a shit about row. Yeah. I go. I T-set pass. No. I set my whole hand and set one face down pass. I passed to my opponent. They're comboing off the nuts, bro. They're doing all this bullshit. They've got a full board. This is back in the day as well. This is like winning one turn. This is back and forth. Like I'm a bottomless or normal summon pass sort of Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah. This guy wipes my entire back row and he just starts laughing. I don't know why. He thinks it's a main character protagonist laugh here he gives to me. Yeah, and I'm sitting there like, there's no way we'd be a whole special summon board with Cheshire about to attack into a Fossil Dino.
I know that exact laugh as well. It's like, dickhead.
Yeah, it's that laugh, bro. No way this guy goes, battle phase, is that fine? And I'm looking all the press knowing I have a Fossil Dino set. It's about to wipe this guy's board and the smile off his face, bro. And I go, oh fuck, yeah man, yeah, go on. And he goes, yeah, swing. I say, flip Fossil Dino, destroy all your monsters. And I'm like 13. I literally go, destroy all your monsters, dickhead. And everyone just turns around. And the guy just stops talking, bro. His face is changed. And like, destroy all your monsters, dickhead. Bro. I literally, and when it was happening, I was like, why are you not laughing no more, bro? This guy's got no board, no hand. We're both in top decking. Yeah, and then I go, oh, there, draw for turn. I don't know what it was, but I remember I top deck and I start just going off. And this guy's fuming, bro. This guy's fuming. Because at the end of the day, he lost to me. No, this was like the last round. He lost to me. I come second or third, and I pull, like, I think it was, they was giving away tin packs, and I pull an Exciton Knight, and he's fuming because he wanted one. And I was just sitting there laughing, bro. I gave the evil laugh in response, man.
I swear that's not so many stories I've heard of yours where someone's been making that laugh or making that comment.
Bro, it's the one triggers me, bro. It's the one thing that triggers me. Someone does start laughing at me, bro. I'm gonna make it God's plan. You're dying in this door.
Nah, because you done it to Rob on stream when you were doing the goat duels. He literally, cannot describe how perfectly timed this was. Our friend Robert, he's doing a live stream on his channel, bro. We're doing goat duels. Mitch is playing Exodia. Robert literally says the line, "Draw your last prophetic card." He literally does it right before Mitch is about to like draw for turn, and as he does it, Exodia again. It is on stream. I have it saved somewhere, but it's just such a brilliant moment to watch. I watched it back.
I think I give him the whole response of my grandpa's deck has the. I'm pretty sure I give him the whole response as well.
You fully gave it like the whole response. Like you were hovering on like a button for end phase. It's like now before I say like no responses, let me just do my script. You fully gave him the whole line, bro. And then you're like, my deck has no pathetic cards, draw for turn, but it does have the unstoppable Exodia. Because both of us are in that stream, I'm pissing myself laughing. It's so nice to watch back on their moments, especially when it's like recorded. It's so good. But yeah, like you've had multiple times when that's happened where people just say a line, piss you off.
Never hit a man while he's down, bro. I'm telling you, never hit a man while he's down, man.
Legit, it's happened so many times.
What about you, Ryan? What's your favourite moment?
Favorite / best, I guess.
Best Yu-Gi-Oh moments. I've got a few. That's the problem.
You're only picking one, and that's final.
Shut up! It's not your pod.
Listen, we're not hearing you waffle.
I am the head judge, and my
row.
rulings are final. One.
What do I pick? I've got a few written down. Do I want to talk about the?
Okay,
right.
Kieran, what's your favourite? Kieran, what's your favourite?
I'll say my one. Well, Ryan.
Well, Ryan
exactly
thinks
one moment, and my one's kind of simplistic, to be honest. Like, my best, I suppose, Yu-Gi-Oh moment is it's kind of funny actually. I'll name drop them. So there's a guy at our locals called Robert Wood, and every time that I play against him, for a solid 2 months, this guy is playing branded. And every time I went against him, I would always see the Ash for his branded fusion. And it was just the most hilarious situation in the world. As soon as he get paired against each other, he just sits down and he's just like, oh, I'm going to get Ash. And I'm like, yeah, you are. And it's like, you can't make this shit up. Like, genuinely, I don't run Ghost Spell in my deck, but if he opened the called buy for the Ash, I would probably see the Ghost Spell somehow. But yeah, like that just that 2 month period, that little on-way segue joke between us, that is actually one of the funniest, best moments in Yu-Gi-Oh! Just because, like, I never see Ash. But against Robert Wood, you better know that there's like one in hand.
But just on a similar topic where I'm still thinking, bro, I find that, I don't know why, something in me finds it hilarious, is when they're calling out pairings, and they say like their name, and then they say, you're against Mitchell. Sometimes when I look at my opponent, bro, their eyes are just telling me, bro, this is a long day.
Oh, yeah.
But I literally look at them and they go, oh. It's not because like they don't like dueling against me. That's gonna be a hard one. They're gonna have to fight for this, bro. They're like,
I had that with Morgan. I had that with Morgan for the longest. For some reason, because he was playing Tearlament, I was playing Flu. So I just kept seeing Barrier Statue and I kept seeing D-Shifter. Oh, big deal, I see these cards all the time. Yes. But at one point, it got to the point where at locals, they go, yeah, Morgan, you got Ryan. And I'd see him like roll his eyes and like, oh, and I'm thinking, bro, I'm not that good. Generally, I think he's like probably a bit better than me. He's probably a better player than me. So it just made me laugh that every time he got paired against me, he had that, oh...
But mine happened, bro, literally, I think it was last week, mine happened with Jamie. I was like, oh, Jamie, you're playing Mitchell. And he was like, oh, bro. I was like, bro, what do you mean, oh, bro? It's like, you know I've never beat you. I was like, oh, cool, let's keep that up. And he's like, ah.
I think a guy had that with me last locals as well. I think it's because they knew I was playing Cash. It was Flunderee's player. I'm not going to say their name, but it's one of them. They know I know Flunderee's like the back of my hand, and I'm playing something like Cash Hero, so it doesn't lose to Shifter. It was like, oh, fuck. Okay, I do love that moment.
What is your favourite moment,
before we stay on topic, I want to hear Ryan's best moment if he's decided to pick one.
Look, I've got two I'm going to mention, but I'll look.
One.
Shut up. I've got two.
No,
okay.
do you know what? Let him go ahead and cook, but let's let's keep it short, shall we?
Short and sweet,
Yeah,
right?
well, no, it's a tough one because I've got either
What is
pull in
it?
the 10,000 I've got either pull in the 10,000 dragon because
Alright.
that's
Alright.
a money card. Like that no one at our locals is pulled to that degree.
Because he pulled it, and then he threw it on the ground.
Me and Kieran were speaking about this earlier, and Kieran said,
I don't
"Yeah,
care.
I don't want to be a man."
I don't care. Hold that. Hold
You
that.
just went in. All right. I opened it. I pulled it in a pack, and I can't even like. It's like 2 feet from the ground onto like the thickest carpet known to man, proper shaggy one. It slipped out my hand and landed flat. But everyone's like, "Oh, you dropped like the 1,000 something card." Like, bro, it landed flat from like a 2-foot drop onto a super thick shaggy carpet. It ain't that deal.
All
And I didn't
I'm
realise how
saying,
much
if
it
I've
was.
got a very expensive vase, I'm never letting you touch it.
But yeah, no. So I've got pull in 10,000 dragon. I don't know if it's the best. I remember I was like mad crazy after I looked on eBay how much it was. But
Sorry, can we just go back with that? I don't think pulling over a grand's worth of card is the best thing I've ever done in Yu-Gi-Oh. But you know, like we'll see. Like, what the fuck? Are you stupid?
Are you stupid, bro? That's
Man,
amazing.
man pulled
Yes,
a bag
yes.
out of a plastic, like some like.
But I just
foil
spent
wrapper.
£5 and went home with £1,000.
no, I bought a box. I bought one box, not a case. I bought
Oh,
a box.
oh, my bad.
Huh?
One
Yeah.
box.
Let me tell you now.
Crazy
Strippers
Crumbs.
go home with less.
This is true.
Oh no! I also pulled the Chaos Dragon, which was in the same pack, the Battle of Legends Armageddon. The Pendulum Chaos Emperor Dragon, which is like 70 quid. So I got my money back from that. Not even 10,000 dragon.
Like,
That
what's your
was
second
all
move?
profit.
What's your second move?
Probably my first national top. That's
the one where you fought Rob.
yeah. Shut up.
Oh, let's hear
No,
about
no,
that
I'm
one.
not real.
No,
I
we've
was
already
serious though.
spoken about this story in episode 1.
Yeah, we spoke about this.
Oh,
yes,
yeah, we did.
2022 nationals. It was my first. I've been to the only other big event I'd been to prior to this was YCS 2019. So pre-COVID, I went to 2019 YCS. I took Flunderies and I bubbled off the top. Literally, it came down to if I won or lost my last round, decided if I made it into day 2. Because you're right there.
Sorry, I had a little. Sorry about that pod. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Had a little
sure.
tissue.
Anyway, but yeah, literally that first proper event to go to post COVID, anything like that. I hadn't been to a big event in any time. Going with my mates, it was all a big day out. We were like 4 of us, all had an Airbnb. It was all going to be a blessed like weekend. I had building up to this, and this is like a serious thing I'm going to talk about. I had like a little
No jokes, mate. No
myself
jokes.
before this. I was like, I want to be able, like, genuine bucket list to say I've done well at least one big event.
None
That
of
was
us
a
would be
genuine.
possible.
That was a Shut up.
That's what Mitch said. Mitch said that. That
I
wasn't me.
do apologize. Sometimes I do sound like Kieran. So I do apologize.
That's all it-
On a serious note, though, I generally had always wanted, because I love this card game. I've been in it, and I was thinking, if I'm going to be spending money, I'm going to go to locals. I've got a bucket list. It doesn't matter when I do this in my life, but I want to make sure that I walk away from playing this card game, and I know that I've had at least one top in my life.
I
gone to
have a
big
similar
event.
thing, but I want a trophy.
Yes, yeah, no, I've changed my goals. I would love a trophy. Obviously, I'd love to win one of these big
I'm
events.
not gonna lie, going
If
round to
you were
Robert's
to
house
retire
and he's got a
from Yu-Gi-Oh!
cabinet.
right now. Oh yeah, Robert's trophy is lovely. I wouldn't
Robert's
want that.
got a glass cabinet with all these bunch of like Yu-Gi-Oh cards in it and a trophy. I'm there like I'm gonna get myself. You know the Iron Man
Ryan.
moment. It's like I gotta get myself one of those. That's how I'm feeling.
Yeah,
bro. It's
yeah.
Like, I gotta get myself
Ryan.
one of those. But
Stephen has a trophy.
this is true.
Stephen. All right, Stephen. I didn't want to mention his name. He's the Thunderies player that I went against.
Stephen
he's a
is
kid.
Stephen is a Dragon Duel champion. Put some
Yeah,
respect on his
Stephen-
name.
Dragon Duel champion.
If you guys don't know what Dragon Duels are, that is for children, and I mean actual children from 15 and
30,
younger.
no,
Do
13
not get me
and
wrong.
Do
younger.
you know what? Do you know what?
15,
Do
15.
you know what? Like, let me just say this right now because it's actually fact. Stephen has clapped so many people at locals. You can class him in the major
No,
leagues
bro.
as well.
But he went
Oh, he's
to
underrated.
Dragon Duel, yeah. Two owed everyone in the stages of Swiss went into the
Yeah.
knockout stage, and then continued to 2-0 everyone. Because, and I say this now, last year the kids done him dirty, bro. There, I don't know what it was, yeah, but there was these 4 kids. I was there, I was watching it. It was like, oh, did you get what he's playing? Yeah, you do this, or you can do this combo to stop it. Bro, they're all against Steven, bro. This guy was trying to play King of the Hill last year, yeah. So this year, he come back. I think it was Labyrinth he was on, bro. I kid you, I was watching this guy play.
Last one before that. You mean
Last
Dragon Duel, last match,
Last
23 now.
This guy come and he was taking names, bro. I was so proud of him. I was literally watching him from afar away. No misplays. His opponent tried to do something. He's like, nah, that's a legal play, bro. Can't do that. He was on the ball. I was so proud of him, man. He's sick. The way he comes to locals as well. This like, you gotta realize, Steven's like what, 15, 16? Maybe he just had his birthday.
No, he's 15. He's 15
this year.
He's 15.
This is his
Yeah.
last
He
Dragon
comes
this
and
year.
smacks the 30-year-olds. And tell them to hold that, bro. Like this, when I was 15, I was not as good as him. That guy, Steven, has a very good career in Yu-Gi-Oh!
He's got a lot to say. Honestly, I'm glad you mentioned like how proud you. Everyone on the 23 nationals, because it was the same that's you topped. So that was honestly that was such a lovely weekend. I done doo-doo that weekend. I done poorly for nationals. I done really badly. But honestly, such a lovely weekend because you got your national top and Steven won his Dragon Duel. He went undefeated. He turned up with Labyrinth, so it wasn't even like the deck everyone was playing. It was Kashtira format, super heavy samurai, and he turned up with Labyrinth. It was like it was a deck, but it weren't on everyone's radar. Yeah. He turned up with that, took names. And there was probably, 20, 25, 30 people all gathered round when they brought him out with his trophy, bro. We were shouting, screaming. We all loved it. And on a serious note, every person who was there, you could genuinely tell they were there to, because they were actually happy for him. They weren't hopping on that hype train of like, oh, he's done well. This, there weren't any like hype grabbers or anything like that. It was genuine people. Everyone's in this locals. We're all part of this little community, and we're all proper cheering at him. We all went up to him. We gave him a hug, we handshake. I went up to I went up to Ash as well, because I know how much of a moment this would have been for him. Ash is his dad. He comes with.
But you know how sick it was. They was both on the same deck, same list, testing with each other. But you know how sick that is.
Oh, bro, I loved it. Honestly, I love their relationship, bro. Like, I've got a daughter, bro. As a dad, having this thing that you're so invested in. And you can bring your family into that and have a bond with that. Oh, that's a dream, bro. But honestly, everyone was so happy for Steven that day when he turned up with that trophy. Like, he was happy, but everyone in that room was gassed for him.
Yeah, bro. Man. I forgot to say in episode 1. You know when you brought up the story how you and Sammy played at a big event? I forgot to mention. You know I played Reese at the Nationals.
Yes,
I was paired up against Reese at rounds, and this was a very important round, bro. This was a round where whoever loses is not making it.
Yeah.
You know how deep that was to play Reese after 2,500 people and get Reese in round 7.
For the people listening who don't know who Reese is, who is Reese to you?
Reese is my best friend.
He is your best friend. Yeah. Is one of them, like him, like Reese and Mitch are like tight as anything. Like that for the longest time, if someone hopped on Discord and like they were topping on with Reese, Mitch was literally always there. He was like.
Bro, I was chill, man. I was chilling, man. Yeah. But it's just peak, bro. It's like the fight or rival moment was there, bro. Like I had to go through the trenches at that, bro. I had that and the whole fucking judge situation as well that we didn't talk about. But that was stupid. I was actually fuming.
Yeah. What was that?
Just to touch on a little bit. So round 4, I'm EXO. I'm on like table 3. The judge comes and he goes random deck check in the middle. I'll kid you not. Literally, I win game 1. We're mid-siding game 2, and we get deck checked mid-siding game 2. Yeah.
That's crazy.
This is on the tournament where I was playing super heavy Sword Soul. Yeah. I only activated Sword Soul cards in round 1 and I won. I didn't want to reveal the spice because people were siding certain cards against Super Heavy Samurai. So I didn't want to reveal the spice.
Yeah, it was deck at the time.
Yeah, I didn't want to reveal the spice. So we get mid deck check here. There's like, stop what you're doing, deck check. I'm like, oh, okay, sure. Yeah. There's like a Wakashi at the bottom of my deck. the judge takes my deck, not asks me to put it in my deck box to hand it over. He takes my deck, and as he's lifting it up, my opponent's seen the Wakaushi. Yeah. So as they're doing deck check, my opponent's now talking to me. He's like, "Oh, I didn't know you play super heavy samurai in it." I was like, "Oh, great. Now you know." So my opponent's got knowledge on something he shouldn't have. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This was pre-siding. Yeah. We get our decks back. Yeah. Apparently, I had the original print of Gamma, very old by the way. Yeah. Apparently, it's too old. It's a little bit curvy. Thankfully, my boy Kirk was sitting next to me. He gave me his gold Gammas to use, so I didn't have to rush out to the judges. Yeah. But while he's saying that, yeah, my opponent is spudding the judge like they know each other. So I'm thinking something fishy's going on. Because like there was like change your Gamma, change your driver, and the other judge was like, no, you didn't need to change your driver, and the judge was like, no, the driver's bad too. I'm thinking like, is this guy purposely trying to get me fucking Q'd for some reason? Yeah. I'm furious at the start because he showed my spice in my deck.
Then pulled over the head judge because I swear,
bro, I was already pissed off, bro. This is against my Rencess deck. I was already pissed off.
Very fishy.
I was already pissed off here. And then to top it all off, I was like, so we've decided we could just start. He's like, no, I don't think. He was like, no, finish your side. He was like, we both presented decks before you done the deck check. Now my opponent's changed his side because he's seen super heavy in it. That's what pissed me off, and I knew he did because like there were certain cards people sided to stop super heavy. I forgot what they were at the time, but he ended up seeing one. Wouldn't side.
It's literally. So I'll quickly rebut in because I played it so much. People would literally side in Droll and Ghost Ogre at that time.
Yeah, it was Droll. And no one would draw a Sword Soul player.
Not in a million years.
No one sided Droll against a Sword Soul player.
Kashtira was like the deck, so everyone was on shifter, so no one was drolling in the main. They only had it for super heavy samurai.
Honestly, I ended up losing the game as well, so I was actually fuming.
I had a similar situation that last YCS. I was in the Kashtira mirror match, but so my opponent, he's getting out his cards, he's looked at his extra deck, he's realised he's missing a card, and he's like, what do we do? But he's brought it up to me, we're at a YCS, I'm not going to be a shark about it. I said, let's get a judge down, let's see what he says, because we've got to move forward from here, innit? Because I didn't want to be like, judge. But on the same side, he's brought it up to me. He's aware of it. He wants to get it sorted. So I just said to him, do you want to get a judge down? We'll get it like checked over. And he's like, yeah. We called one down. The judge goes over the cards. He's like, okay, it's a round one loss because you haven't got it. Do you have access to another copy of Big Eye? And immediately, like, we haven't cut or anything. And immediately the guy just looks at the judge like, yo, what the fuck? And I look at him and I was like, look, it's alright. I said to him, I won't make a board exclusive for Kashtira. I'm not going to be a dickhead. I said that after the judge. But it was clear he's obviously on Kashtira because no other deck is playing Big Eye. I won Dyro anyway before the judge got called down. So I go first in this game. First thing I do is do Kashtira combo. So I went into Mind Hacker. I looked at his extra deck. And then I looked at him after and went, see, it wouldn't have mattered knowing Kashtira or not. Just to kind of not be a dickhead about it. But I did feel bad for him because literally the judge just went, yeah, you need to get another copy of Big Eye. Oh, the guy looked at him. I was like, judges do this all the time, bro. They need to stop doing that. Stop revealing knowledge. I think they forget how valuable proper card knowledge is in this game. No, but on the Nationals, the 23 one, it was still a blessed day though, weren't it? That was a banging day. I don't know for you, Kieran, because I was with Mitch and everyone, and you were with Cass and Sammy, and Sandra. But I'd say that was a lovely day out, weekend event.
I'll be honest. That Nats literally, I literally got drolled 2-3 games in a row. So I literally just lost all my games to droll because I was playing pure super heavy at the time. I was like, that was literally the meta call, and obviously I can't run Call by the Grave. So I literally just got drolled, and then I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go do trades, and then I just hung out with Reese's girlfriend. To be fair, for the rest of the tournament, that's literally what I done. There was nothing I could do.
To be fair, I'm surprised, Mitch, you didn't say about Nats, because that was a big top for you as one of your best moments. Because maybe not right away after you got your top.
19th first place, bro. If I shaved off that 9, I would say best moment.
But we got to admit that was a lovely weekend, especially afterwards when we went for the meal afterwards.
And the meal afterwards, that's what I was gassing about. People was buying me drinks and shit. I was like, what the fuck, bro? I'm some celebrity.
Yeah. Because I did feel bad because like, me and Reese were like one of the only people that really like came up to you right after and were gassed for you. Not to say people weren't caring.
Rob was hyped as well. Rob was very hyped.
Rob was hyped. But like no one was like instantly. I think maybe because Steven had just won as well. A bit of focus was on him, which rightfully so. He just won the Dragon Duel undefeated. He clapped everyone.
Of course.
Like me, Reese, and Rob are like quite hyped for you as well, and we're like, obviously like giving you love, giving you like congrats and all of that. But when we went afterwards, we all went for a big meal together. The love that was there was blessed. Like everyone was like proper, like you said, buying you drinks, congratulating you, and stuff like that. I was surprised you were going to say about that.
Nah, it was a good moment. It was a good moment. But like, I meant like playing the game. That's just, in my opinion, that's not playing it. That's an achievement.
Yeah.
Can I just? I just want to mention one thing. Like it kind of segues onto this thing, and like I think we'll kind of end the pod on this segue.
Yeah.
I've kind of been saying segue a lot, but like I just do want to mention like kind of the best Yu-Gi-Oh moment that I think is like quite common for all of us is the fact that we actually are in a community of players where we do all share all these experiences with each other. And I think the reason we've been playing so long is not because of our love for the game itself, but it's also the fact that like all the connections we've made along the way. So
I agree.
But
even though One Piece come out and there's a different card game, and then even the Zone got banned and it pissed me off even more, I come back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Not because of the card game, because I miss the locals.
Yeah, like the locals is such a crucial thing for anyone. If you have a good locals, then you're in such a good situation. Like we've had tough times at our locals. We've had tough times. Obviously, COVID hit everyone badly with Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, that's like that was an issue. Let's be fair. At one point, the pricing support at our locals wasn't even the best. Pricing has not always been the best. Don't get me wrong. It's a tough world. Sometimes things go up in price, but at one point, like we had like hidden Arsenal Chapter 1 boxes being opened up, and the packs were being dished out as part of the price support.
Absolutely hated Hidden Arsenal as prize support.
It was one of them. It didn't feel worth it at the top. Like if you came first place, they might give you a box of it, and it's like, cool. This is worth nothing. I was better off.
Like for a fact, like I actually love all them sets that come with dice, but the packs themselves, pretty garbage. Can't lie.
But it went on for a long time, and that was like a tough time. But honestly, the people we have at our locals, like one of them we mentioned, Robert. I'll quickly mention Robert Wood, because it was like every time it's his birthday, bro, he buys a box and he gives everyone a pack. And I felt really guilty his last birthday. It was only a few months ago, because I pulled one of the Horus cards as a secret. I don't think it's worth that much because it's not part of the main combo. But I kept trying to give it back to him. I was like, nah, bro, like I feel bad. You've bought a box for everyone to have, and you're giving out. And I feel bad that I pulled the secret round.
I wouldn't feel too bad because, quite ironically, Robert Wood's birthday did actually fall on a sneak peek day, and he actually ended up winning the raffle. So I wouldn't feel too guilty.
I know, but it's still like such a lovely thing that he does, and I felt like I shouldn't have been the one that it should have been him that opened the one that had the secret in it, you know, because he still opened one for himself. I felt bad. Obviously, he wouldn't take it back, and a lot of love for him, a lot of love for everyone at our locals. You know, what I mean, there's not many kids that turn up. You know, what I mean, luckily we got quite a nice group of people. Everyone's there for each other. You know. But yeah, I think that's a great way to end it, literally, because it's all these fuckers at our locals who are ripping to me in the group chat who are listening to this anyway. Yeah, I fucking read what you said, and I saw what you said.
I ain't no outing people, bro. Unless you want
people.
DuelSpace Boxing next year, bro.
I will just add on to that final bit, like obviously, like I know we've kind of mentioned his name a lot this podcast, but Robert Wood, obviously, he did message me like throughout the week, saying he listened to the first pod, and I we're like very, very humbled that people from our locals are actually listening to us talk. But Robert Wood actually did say to me one thing, like during like the first like couple months that he was coming to locals, he genuinely said to me, "Do you know what, Kieran? If it wasn't for you and certain other people, the locals, he would not be playing this game anymore. It's because we were so welcoming and we were so like being able to be like, oh yeah, we can give you these cards, we can let you test for this, like we'll give you advice. Like I just think that's quite a humble
Yeah,
thing, and
no,
I think
it's
that's
nice.
what we
That
kind
is
of like
that
end
is
on.
you,
It's
though,
like,
Kieran. You and Mitch. Like, I wouldn't say like that's more you and Mitch than like most people are locals. Like that's why I asked you to put the link in the chat, because like if I put it in, people rip into me because everyone rips into each other and stuff like that. It just is what it is. That's life. But with you and Mitch, you're both just
I
such
think-
nice people.
you know
everyone
what? I
everyone has full love for you. No one has a bad thing to say
You know
about
what?
you.
No, on
And I
that,
think you
just
both
on
are.
that topic, bro. I don't care if the podcast goes for long, bro. More information is more information. When I come back to Yu-Gi-Oh, the amount of cards I was missing, bro. And I went to people. Yeah, they made me like fight like £1 to £5 cards. But the amount of people I went to was like, yeah, I'll buy that off you. They were like, buy that, bro. You know how much stuff you gave me for free? Just have it. So many people. Oh, my heart was warm that day, bro. I'll kid you not. I think I got about like in the price of the cards don't matter, but I think I got like £50 worth of cards for free off of people when I was coming back into the game, just because they
Yeah, no,
we had that respect.
You know, you turn up and people say hi to you, and people go out of their way to say goodbye to you at the end of the locals. You know what I mean? It is a quite nice, wholesome place to be. And just like all good things like tonight, everything's got to come to an end. So let's probably wrap it up, guys.
I think we'll.
We've had a few laughs. It feels like quite a nice pod we've had today.
Yeah.
I definitely think this will be one of the funnier ones.
One thing I do want to
anything
shout:
too.
any of you guys at the locals, yeah, you got any stuff we want to discuss or any questions? Put it in the comments. I know you're listening, Robert Hood. I'm talking to you, yeah. Put in the comments, and we'll have a little segment where we go through the comments.
Yeah.
There might be one,
let's
there
do
might
it.
be 10, but we'll still make the segment for it.
Also,
Yeah,
I
feel
do want
free,
to shout
feel
out
free.
one thing, guys, as well. If you do want to make a donation to the Make-A-Wish Charity Foundation,
For Ryan.
please feel free to.
You guys are it's
Okay, guys. Well, this has been DuelSpace. I've been Kieran.
And I've been the fucking butt of the jokes all night.
And I've been the one that always wins.
Peace.
Good night, everybody.